Good morning, world. Um, Literally, I just woke up. Has this really awesome hairdo. No, but I did just want to share my morning meditation with you. Um, we're all stuck in because of this. Well, I'm stuck in. Maybe you're stuck in too because of the coronavirus scare and trying to limit all of our exposure. Um, so I just thought if you're stuck in the house with me or with yourself, and then maybe we can meditate together. Um, I personally have coffee. I'm going to be talking while we meditate together because I will be sharing my meditation with you. So if you happen to not just be sitting with your eyes closed and you see me drink coffee, hey, there you go. That's why. This is my ship. You're just on it, man. No, I'm just teasing. So take your seat. Let's get this thing started before I ramble. Um, yes, take your seat. Whatever that might mean for you. You might sit up on a pillow. You could lie down on the floor or in bed. I would say do your best not to fall asleep, but hey, things happen. If your body needs to fall asleep, it probably just needed to fall asleep. That's cool. If it feels safe, close your eyes. I don't know where you are or what your world looks like right now, but I hear birds singing outside of my window. What do you hear? And even though my eyes are closed, there's this very rich light filtering through my eyelids. It's warm. Springtime, early light, like honey. And I can feel how the earth beneath me is solid. And how even though I think of myself as having weight, it's really gravity that's pulling me down. So I begin to press down into the earth and I notice that I rise. It's like a tree with deep roots that then is able to grow taller. I broaden across my collarbones, trying not to create tension in my upper back, but instead opening the front side of my heart, making more space for my breath. There's space between my teeth so that my jaw muscles can relax. And though my eyes are closed, it's a passive action, as if the top eyelid truly just falls into the bottom. And now I start to notice all the places in my body where I feel anything. And so I notice that connection of my body to the floor. I notice where I feel the heaviest. And I notice that where my hands rest upon my knees, it's cool there. But where my hair rests on the back of my neck, it feels warm. Now I start to notice my breath, finding pratyahara, the withdrawal of the senses inward. The first thing that I notice is that my breath inside of my nose is cool when I breathe in. But when I breathe out, that same breath becomes warm, having been heated by my body, I suppose. This time when I breathe in, I notice how my breath is cool behind my forehead when I breathe in. It seems to become warm again as I breathe out. And there it is again at the back of my throat. There's cool air there when I breathe in. Yet it's warm when I breathe out. Now I just start to drop my awareness down into my throat. I might even swallow. I let my throat relax. All the way down to the root of my tongue. All the way down into the kundara, the pit of my belly. I start to notice that I hold on to tension in my belly muscles there, chronically engaged, and so I try to let them soften and take a deep breath in. And then when I exhale, I'm just letting the breath fall away from the body, so that the next time I breathe in, I try to let my belly be softer still. I seem to hold some kind of chronic tension there, it would seem. Like I always just suck in my gut a little bit. And when it finally feels like it relaxed, I notice that I almost round and slump, and so I press even more into that part of me that touches the ground, so that this tree can remain tall and upright. And I start to deepen my breath, so that it moves now from my belly to my heart, to my throat. And then I exhale and release. Throat, heart, belly. And now for as long as I sit, I work to maintain this pattern of slow, steady, graceful breath. Belly, heart, throat in. Throat, heart, belly out. And now I begin to think of someone, something, some energy, some force, some archetype. God. For me, it's how I see God. And because I believe that God is in all things, and that if God truly is infinite, then by the very definition of the word, then God must be all things. In a way, even me. For this morning's meditation, I'm going to do my best to fill myself with the love and the goodness that I see as God. And you might choose an image of the Buddha or Jesus Christ, even his mother Mary. You might choose a strong figure like Nelson Mandela, Dr. King. You could even choose someone who you just see in your mind as being strong and having a good work ethic, like Cal Ripken Jr., the baseball player. Start to notice who, an animal even, a lion, a tiger, that comes to your mind when you think of love. Courage. Patience. Forgiveness. And maybe each of these words conjures a different image. But dropping your awareness down into your feet. Imagine filling your feet, placing inside of your feet this person, this figure, this God. So that when you breathe in, your feet are filled. And when you breathe out, no longer just skin, flesh and bone, but rather instead new feet infused with this energy. And when next you breathe in, place them in your legs, from your ankles to your knees. And I begin to notice as I fill my legs with the spirit it seems the flesh and the bones and the skin become stronger. It's almost as if they start to glow. And so I place my God into my thighs. And as I breathe in, I watch as my thigh bones and the muscles and the skin are infused with this vision I see. My awareness now to my hips. And I place that image into my hips. As if my hips are satin. And I watch as the bones, and the muscles, and the skin become luminous. And now I place that energy in the small of my back and my lower spine. And as I breathe in, I draw it up my spine, through the mid-spine and all the way up into the base of my skull. And I find as I do, it draws me more erect, and I sit up tall, and that luminosity becomes brighter still. I place my God in my belly, in my heart, in my throat. At this point, the energy, almost all its own, like a waterfall, spills down my arms, rushes through my forearms, through my hands and my fingers, charged. No longer simply bone and muscle, skin. A luminous body, radiating the light of Ishvara. My God, drawn up into my throat, into these words. And through the throat, circulating the brain and the mind, filling my thoughts, filling my eyes and what I see, filling my ears until no longer simply bone, flesh, no longer simply a mind, but rather I am that luminosity. We are the radiance. So breathe into your light. And notice how you can't even contain it. How it is as bright as that light that spills forth from the sky. We are the same light. And so your light, it spills forth into the streets around you. And fills your home and your neighbor's home, and it fills the sky. And fills the rich black earth beneath you. Together our light, it fills the whole world, and it blasts out into space and through the universe, connecting to the brightness of each of the stars, each of the good gods, each of our hearts. And if God is infinite, whomever she may be, then assuredly infinity includes my own heart. So I drop all of my awareness there. And notice that past the beating muscle that keeps the rhythm of my life, beyond that there is a portal. And just beyond that portal, just beyond, gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha. Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha. Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha. Going, going, going beyond, going beyond the beyond. Hail the Bodhisattva. A Bodhisattva, a being of both flesh and spirit. A being whose spirit is overwhelmed with the light. And so it spills forth, igniting the flame within others. A bodhisattva is one who chooses earth, who chose this very life. To be a being of brightness when it's hard to see the light. I think maybe you are that being. Traditional yogic philosophy would state that simply by sitting here, trying to find your light, you already are that being. The Bodhisattva. So let us bring our hands to touch in front of our hearts. And in a gesture of honor to ourselves, to that light, we bow our chins to our chest. Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha. Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha. Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate bodhisvaha. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Go be the light, my friends. Namaste.